I don't really know how to start it now.
Well, you were just telling me a story from your childhood.
Okay.
So, start there.
So, I was just warming up, because it's always a good idea to warm up before your workouts, and I was shaking because I feel like I've gotten flabby after being sick and not working out, and I was shaking my butt, and it reminded me of the fairs I used to go to with my dad, because he used to work there, not as a carny, but as a traveling science exhibit, and there was this guy who would cover himself in head to toe with bees, right? And he had this mating dance that went something like this, and he would shake his butt and his arms, and I don't know why I remember that, but it's really stupid, but it was just kind of...
Wait, how do you do the mating dance again?
Like this.
It was more shake.
Okay, anyway, it's stupid, but if you wanted to do a bee mating dance, I don't know why you'd want to mate with bees, but that's how you do it, according to the guy at the fair from my childhood that I hope I'm remembering accurately. Anyway, I've been sick, so my voice kind of sounds strange, but I'm on the easier end of it now and have energy to do the workout. So today's workout is going to be more of an upper body workout, but I've thrown cardio in between each workout so that you're still getting your cardio in, but you're also going to work your arms. I had a request for a tricep and arm workout, so here you go. I'm going to do the workout and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go recover and I'll break these down for you. Okay, so this one, what I tried to do was put some cardio in there along with the upper body workout. So I put high knees in between each of the upper body workouts, or the exercises rather. So let me know how this works for you guys. If you don't feel like you're getting sweaty enough, let me know. I can step it up a notch always. But this should keep your heart rate going and also keep your muscles working. So while you're doing the upper body, you're kind of getting a chance to relax a little bit between the cardio, but not really as much as long as you're pushing yourself and getting those extra reps in. High knees, if you don't know how to do them, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna bring your knees up high while you're jumping. So it's a little kind of skip with high knees. Get them up as high as you can. As you start to get tired, you'll be down here. But just remind yourself that you want to bring those knees up as high as you can to get the maximum benefit. Easier variation. Either you can just bring one knee up at a time, keep your core tight while you do it, or just do smaller high knees, so it's more of a barely lifting your feet off the ground if you're worried about the impact. The first upper body exercise is called the breakdance push-up, because it sort of looks, if you go fast enough, like you're breakdancing. I don't know much about breakdancing, but I've been doing this at the gym before and someone has said, oh, I thought you were gonna breakdance. There you go, breakdance push-up. So you lift your bottom up off the ground, Feet flat, hands flat. Keep yourself elevated. From here, you're going to spin around. So your left arm's gonna come over, your right foot's gonna tuck underneath, and you're gonna place your hand down, feet apart, hands apart, into your plank position, and then go ahead and do your push-up. If you can't do a full push-up, go ahead and go down on your knees and do the half push-up, or the girly push-up as some people call it. From here, you're gonna go back the way you came. So bring your hand back over, hand up in the air, switch your feet around, come back to the starting position. From the starting position, then you're gonna go onto the other side. Same way, flip around, hands out, do your push-up. It's really important that you regain your composure after you've done your flip before starting to do your push-up. Because if you flip around and you're not well placed on your mat, you're gonna hurt yourself. Just be really careful. Make sure your feet are planted, your hands are planted before you do your push-up, because it can get dangerous, especially when you start sweating. Your mat might get a little slippery depending on the type of mat you're using. If you're not using a mat, be extra careful. Once you start sweating on the ground, it could get really slippery. So just be aware of that and be careful while you're doing this exercise in particular. Then you go back to doing your high knees again. And then the next upper body workout you're gonna do after that, or the exercise, you're gonna get in the plank position on your elbows. You wanna make sure your arms are shoulder width apart. You don't wanna be out here, and you don't wanna be close together. Shoulder width apart. You're gonna come up into the plank position. Don't be all the way up here. Don't let your butt or your hips sag toward the mat. Keep it nice and straight. And what you're gonna do is push yourself up. So it's almost like a miniature push-up, except you're gonna come up off your elbows. Be careful when you do this though. If you don't feel like you have enough upper body strength to complete this move in one solid movement, don't do it. Just go ahead and go into the plank position, okay? And then from here, you're gonna go into a side plank, arms straight up in the air. You're gonna let your hips sink down, and you're gonna bring them back up. You don't wanna touch the mat, and you don't wanna bend your elbow. So come down, hover a little bit, and bring it back up. Back to the plank position, come back down onto your elbows. Easier variation for this one is I would skip the elbows completely. If you're worried about hurting your elbows or any part of your arm, I'd be careful with this one. When you come into the plank, if you're having trouble holding your body weight up, why don't you go ahead and do an elbow plank. That way you're not as far off the ground, but you can still do your hip dip and bring it back up, okay? Then you're gonna do your high knees again. And then after that, what you're gonna do is a one-arm tricep push-up. Now this is cool. This is something you could do even while you're just sitting at home in front of the TV watching your favorite show if you really wanna work on those triceps and your upper body strength in general. This is a really good low impact workout or an exercise to do this. You're gonna lay on your side. Your right arm is just gonna be flat tucked in next to your body. Not so much so that you're on it, because you're gonna come back down on top of it. Just to the side. Your right hand can either rest on top of your shoulder. You can put it in your armpit if you want. I get really sweaty, so I'm not putting anything in there. But if you're okay with that, be my guest. You could also put it on your side. Basically, this arm is just resting. Make sure you're not using it to push yourself up or to pull yourself down. Because you'll notice once you're doing these workouts, that when you start to get tired, you kind of pull down on this for some reason. Don't do that, okay? Put your left hand nice and flat, so you have a nice L shape here. Arms along for the ride. You're gonna push up your upper body, and then you're gonna come back down. Make sure that you're not lifting your hips off the ground, because this is not involving your lower body at all. So don't move your lower body. Don't use it to help yourself up. This is mainly an arm workout. So just push yourself up and come back down and see how many reps you can do. For me, I don't have a whole lot of upper body strength, but this one really helps in building that. So if you're really trying to get yourself up to like doing that full push-up or doing more reps, this is a really good one to work on. From here, you go to your high knees, and then you just switch sides and give your right tricep a workout. Same thing, lay flat. This arm slightly tucked into your body. This hand is gonna go flat on the mat. You're gonna push yourself up and see how many you can do. Again, it's really good for building that upper body strength, and it's okay if one arm is stronger than the other. Just make sure that the next time you start working on it, to work a little harder on the arm you couldn't do as many reps with, because you wanna get them equal. And the last thing you want when you're doing push-ups is to be doing push-ups on more on one side than the other. You're gonna hurt yourself that way. So keep that in mind when you're doing these workouts. And let me know how you did. Post your scores. Hopefully my next video I won't sound as sick as I do right now.